Hello Arsenal fans, this is Abu Kals and welcome back to the channel, and let me get straight to the point. We know that Michael Oliver's refereeing last night was nothing short of a disgrace. Arsenal's hard-fought 1-0 victory over Wolves was almost sabotaged by one of the worst officiating performances we've seen this season. This red card shown to Miles Lewis Skelly wasn't just harsh, it was absolutely ridiculous. And time again, Premier League referees are making game-changing decisions without consistency or accountability. And Michael Oliver's decision last night was a prime example of how poor officiating is ruining the game. Arsenal's resilience saved the day, but we need to talk about this officiating disaster and its impact on the match, and let's get straight into it. We know that the red card controversy is something that we must talk about, and let's start with the incident itself, ladies and gentlemen. We know that the incident that left everyone outraged was in the 43rd minute, and we know the Miles Lewis Skelly went in for a challenge on Matt Doherty, and Michael Oliver wasted no time in pulling out the red card. It was an instant decision, no hesitation, no second thought, just a red card and a straight red card. But here's the issue. It wasn't a serious foul play, Replays clearly showed that Miles Lewis Skelly's intent was to win the ball, and while it was a physical challenge, it was far from reckless or dangerous. And we know that former PG Mall boss Keith Hacket did not hold back in his criticism, calling Oliver's decision a major error. And speaking to TalkSport, Hacket said, "You don't expect the alleged #1 referee in the Premier League to make such a basic mistake." And he's absolutely right, For someone with Michael Oliver's experience, this level of incompetence is unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. And VAR's role in the disaster is also something we need to talk about. How do you make such a blunder? How do you make such a mistake with the availability of VAR? The blame doesn't stop with Michael Oliver. The VAR that was led by Darren had the chance to step in and correct this quite clear and obvious error, but they did not do that, and Hackett described this as a complete failure of the system, stating that VAR's primary job is to prevent exactly these kind of mistakes. Yet Darren England upheld the decision, leaving Arsenal to play with 10 men for the rest of the match. So, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening every other day? We know that according to Hackett, there is a lack of trust between referees and the VAR officials. VAR is supposed to be independent, but when the officials are active, referees, they are often hesitant to overrule their colleagues. So this is a systematic problem, and until the Premier League separates VAR from active referees, we will continue to see these kind of blunders. We know that Michael Oliver must face consequences. So Hackett has called for Michael Oliver to be dropped from the Premier League matches for at least a couple of weeks, And honestly, to be honest with you, it's the bare minimum. Accountability is very crucial, and referees need to understand the consequences and also what the effects they bring to football clubs. They need to understand the consequences of their actions too. So we know that Hacket also suggested that both Oliver and England they actually need operational advice to review and learn from their mistakes. But let's be real. Will this happen? We know that historically, the Premier League has been reluctant to admit when referees make big mistakes, let alone enforce meaningful accountability. So, this culture is protecting referees at all costs, and it is doing more harm than good. And fans are fed up with it. So, Arsenal's resilience shines through. And despite the shocking decision, Arsenal showed incredible grit and determination, playing with 10 men for over half an hour. We know that the Gunners dug deep and fought so hard to make sure that they can secure all the 3 points. And Ricardo Calafiori stepped up with a fantastic goal in the 74th minute, and David Raya was immense in goalkeeping, making crucial saves to keep Wolves at bay. And we know Mikel Arteta's tactical adjustment. His tactical adjustments were quite on, bringing Tierney late in the game. That was quite good. And he performed quite well. So this performance wasn't just about skill. It was about heart and resilience, and it showed how Arsenal are genuine title contenders this season. The bigger picture, officiating is in crisis, This isn't just about Arsenal or Michael Oliver. It's about the integrity of the game. It's about the integrity of the Premier League. So week after week, fans are watching games ruined by poor officiating. So the lack of consistency, the misuse of VAR, and the absence of accountability are damaging the league's reputation. And Hackett even suggested that the VAR panels should be made up of independent officials, not active referees. This makes perfect sense. How can we trust a system when the people running it are hesitant to call out their colleagues? The Premier League needs to take a hard look at its officiating structure and make real changes, or these controversies will continue to overshadow the game. And I must say, Arsenal is preparing to make sure that they can handle this with quite a lot of care and also a bit of power to make sure that they can see this red card overturned, and an appeal is in process about this red card. So Gunners, what do you think? What's your take on last night's controversy? Was Michael Oliver's decision the worst we've definitely seen this season? Should referees like Michael Oliver and really be part of the VAR officials? And what do you think of Darren England, who was in the VAR section? Should he face harsher consequences? Let us know in the comment section. And how proud are you of Arsenal overcoming this adversity to secure a win? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell for all the latest Arsenal news and updates. And this is Abu Karls. I'm signing off, and I'll definitely see you straight in another video. But do not forget to get into the comment section and give me your thoughts about this inconsistency in officiating and the VAR inconsistencies. How can this happen? in the 21st century. It's definitely not the best. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see you straight in another video, ladies and gentlemen.